We've all done it. Went through a stressful exam season or dealt with an exhausting work project and decided that it's a good idea to include energy drinks in our diet more frequently to get more things done. Unfortunately, though, more often than not, their inclusion won't just stop when the periodical workload ceases. As with the boost and sense of euphoria that comes with energy drinks, we can easily convince ourselves why it may be advantageous to keep drinking them. Yet, despite the initial pick me up that they provide, it's worth questioning whether energy drinks actually improve your productivity overall daily. So, today, we're going to do exactly that. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. To begin, how do energy drinks even give us a boost in the first place? Well, the main ingredient responsible is, unsurprisingly, the caffeine. Most energy drinks contain between 70 and 200 milligrams of caffeine per 16 ounce or half a litre, although some can have as much as 500 milligrams. To put that into context, the average cup of coffee has about 100 milligrams. The US Food and Drug Administration suggests that above 400 milligrams per day inclines healthy adults to experience adverse effects, but even half that can typically bring about these symptoms. However, keep in mind that we all metabolize caffeine at different rates, and some of us are more sensitive to its effects than others. So even just one energy drink can be too much for some. Moreover, it's worth pointing out that caffeine doesn't actually give us energy if we're being sticklers about the word. Only the calories we get from the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and dietary fat can do that. Per gram, protein and carbs contain around 4 calories each, while dietary fat contains about 9 calories. Instead, caffeine is a stimulant that makes us more alert and focused. It does this by temporarily turning off receptors for adenosine, a neurotransmitter that normally promotes fatigue and drowsiness, as well as by facilitating the release of more excitatory neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and adrenaline. Apart from their caffeine content, other stimulants commonly found in energy drinks that can influence that get up and go feeling can be seen here. So much so, manufacturers often refer to their combination with caffeine as an energy blend. But for the same reason, these don't exactly increase energy either. For example, B vitamins don't contain calories like protein, carbs, and dietary fat do, so again, they can't directly provide energy. However, they do assist macronutrient metabolism, so indirectly they can help convert calories into energy. The one exception as it pertains to full calorie energy drink ingredients and actual energy is the sugar content, since sugar is a type of carbohydrate, so it has calories. Accordingly, between stimulation effects and calories from the sugar content, energy drinks can indeed give us the capacity to be more hardworking. Nevertheless, we'll now lay out our argument as to why their utilization can, on the same note, lead to less productivity overall daily. For instance, of course, getting the associated caffeine in the morning will give us an initial boost. But an unfortunate and all too familiar consequence of this, that I'm sure most of you can attest to, is a greater slump in workflow arising in the afternoon. Or maybe you're so used to caffeine regularly that you don't even notice it. One reason this happens is that even though caffeine shuts off the ability for adenosine to be used, it doesn't mean that production of it stops. In fact, if it isn't used, it just builds up. As a result, once the caffeine wears off, more adenosine will be picked up, and from that worsen feelings of fatigue and drowsiness experienced than there would have been otherwise. Therefore, although you might get significantly more work done from an energy drink in the first quarter of your day, you'll certainly pay for it in the second, third, and fourth. Now, you could say that's why you top up with a coffee or even another energy drink in the afternoon to combat this. But that much caffeine will negatively influence your sleep, and not just the overall duration of it nightly either, but the quality of that sleep too. And if you're not getting proper sleep at night, you'll be more tired the following day and reduce the effect of energy drinks for the initial quarter. See what I'm getting at here? Further, energy drinks worsen your overall diet and hence the real energy we get from that too, for two reasons. 1. Full calorie energy drinks contain a lot of added sugar, typically as much as 54 grams per can, or shockingly 13 teaspoons. This is troublesome as the more added sugar we have at one time, the worse our blood sugar will spike and likewise dip later on. And when this excessive dip happens, our bodies notice it and urge us to have more sugary food and drinks in an effort to get that blood sugar back to normal ASAP. Our bodies do this as they need blood sugar to power our cells for energy for critical bodily processes and ultimately survive, and see sugary foods as the fastest track to this resolve. In other words, if you have a full calorie energy drink in the morning, you'll be much more likely to create a vicious cycle and have a sugary snack or drink in the afternoon, and so on in the evening and at night. And this isn't just bad from a weight perspective, since your energy levels are directly impacted by your blood sugar balance. While a spike in blood sugar will mean a spike in energy, a dip in blood sugar will also mean a dip in energy. Indeed, this graph might make it seem that the periods of spikes and dips are proportionate, but in reality the dips are a lot more prolonged, meaning the periodical short bursts of energy from added sugar will come at a cost of longer intervals of lower energy between them. And 2, the second reason why energy drinks will worsen your energy by way of diet is that the more caffeine we intake, the more cortisol, the stress hormone, will be released into our bloodstream. This is relevant as cortisol is also an appetite hormone. As such, it will further compound the urge to consume even more sugar later, adding to the self-perpetuating cycle of blood sugar imbalance. Similarly, it will make us more likely to opt for more saturated and trans fatty foods and make us feel sluggish. Further, going back to the importance of a good night's rest, one other thing is that it's critical for optimal appetite hormone regulation, meaning that if you're not getting enough of it from overdoing it from caffeine, that'll only further exacerbate things energy-wise from your diet. So, can you see how energy drinks can actually have a negative knock-on effect for energy overall daily, rather than a positive one? But don't take our word for it. Experiment yourself by going one day with them and one day without them. Substitute in a regular black coffee instead and consume less simple carbs, and more complex ones at mealtime. We think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you want to learn more about better managing your blood sugar levels for energy, or undertake our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. Do you agree with our verdict on energy drinks and energy levels? What's your thoughts? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.